The energy in New York was electric. Madison Square Garden was buzzing. The fans were loud, proud, and hungry to witness their team shut down one of the most talked-about names in basketball today, Caitlin Clark. This wasn't just any WNBA game. This was a clash of attitude, talent, and rising legacies. The New York Liberty faithful came prepared. They had one mission: rattle Caitlin, make her uncomfortable, and show her that bright lights don't shine for everyone in the city that never sleeps. But what they didn't know was that Caitlin Clark doesn't just play under pressure, she thrives in it. From the moment she stepped on the court, there was a target on her back. Every dribble she took, every time she touched the ball, a chorus of boos rang out from the crowd. It was like watching a gladiator walk into the lion's den. The Liberty fans came with their chants, their signs, and their swagger. They didn't want a show. They wanted a shutdown. They wanted to humble her, to silence the headlines, to make her feel like maybe, just maybe, the hype was too much. And for the first few minutes it worked. Clark was trying to find her rhythm. The Liberty defense was physical. They pressed up on her, denying the ball, making her work for every inch. The commentators started to whisper doubts. Has New York figured her out? Is this the blueprint? The crowd roared every time she missed a shot. And when she turned the ball over early in the first quarter, the place erupted like it had just won a playoff series. The message was clear. This is our house. But Caitlin Clark is built differently. She's not the type to fold. In fact, when it feels like the whole world is against her, that's when she digs in. That's when the greatness starts to bubble to the surface. You could see it in her eyes. She wasn't rattled. She was calculating. She started to feel the tempo, adjusted to the pressure, and began orchestrating the offense like a maestro. She dished out a couple of crisp assists, pulled defenders with her gravity, and then it happened. Midway through the second quarter, with the crowd in full voice and the Liberty on a 6-0 run, Caitlin brought the ball up the court. The defense tightened, sensing a moment to swing the momentum permanently in their favor. But Clark had something different in mind. She dribbled past half court, looked off a screen, and with her defender giving just an inch too much space, she pulled up from the logo. The ball flew. The crowd held its breath, not because they thought it would go in, but because they didn't believe she had the audacity to take it. Swish, nothing but net, silence. The crowd that had been roaring. With every Liberty bucket suddenly stopped. The trash talk, gone. That smug grin on the Liberty bench, vanished. All eyes were locked on Caitlin Clark, who didn't scream or pound her chest. No, she just turned calmly and jogged back on defense with a smirk that said, I told you. That shot wasn't just 3 points, it was a statement. It was Clark reminding everyone in that building and watching at home that this is what she does. You boo her, she buries you. You doubt her, she dazzles. From that moment on, the game had a different tone. The Liberty tried to fight back, but Clark had cracked the code. She started slicing up the defense, delivering no-look passes, launching from deep with confidence, and even attacking the rim with fearlessness. The fans who had booed her every move now sat in stunned silence, watching a masterclass. And it wasn't just the scoring, it was the control. She was dictating every possession, making veterans look like rookies, commanding the floor with poise beyond her years. By the fourth quarter, the crowd had been humbled. Every time Clark touched the ball, there was hesitation in the boos. Some had even turned to applause, not because they were cheering for her, but because they had no choice but to respect it. She'd earned it. That one shot, the one from the logo, had flipped the script. It had silenced an entire arena and reminded everyone exactly who Caitlin Clark is. And let's talk about the confidence. Because that's what separates the good from the great. When the lights are brightest and the pressure is crushing, some players shrink. Caitlin? She glows. She plays with swagger, with fire, with that chip on her shoulder that says, keep doubting me, I dare you. That logo 3 wasn't just a bucket. It was a dagger. It wasn't just about scoring. It was about setting the tone, breaking their spirit, and taking their crowd away. After the game, her teammates swarmed her. Reporters couldn't wait to ask about that shot. And her answer? Classic Caitlin. Cool. Collected. I work on that shot. I knew I had space, so I let it fly. No hype, no overreaction, just facts. Like it was business as usual. Because for her, it is. That kind of moment is why she's here. Why she's built for this league. And why the fans, whether they love her or love to hate her, can't take their eyes off her. And you could feel the ripple effect. That play made the rounds on social media in seconds. Caitlin Clark from the logo became the headline everywhere. Even NBA players were tweeting in disbelief. The crowd may have gone quiet, but the basketball world was loud with praise. Analysts called it one of the most cold-blooded shots of the season. Fans rewound the clip again and again. And suddenly, everyone who had been booing was now talking about greatness. Because that's the thing about players like Caitlin Clark. They don't just play the game, they change it. They force you to watch, to feel something. Whether it's admiration or envy, you can't ignore her. She shows up, takes your best shot, and then delivers one of her own, harder, louder, and deeper. So the next time Caitlin Clark walks into an arena with the crowd ready to tear her down, just remember what happened in New York. Remember that moment when thousands of voices fell silent, when one shot shut down an entire city, and when Caitlin Clark didn't just play basketball, she owned the moment. Sue.